Hi guys, how are you? Hello? I'm doing well. We'll wait just a minute or so and see if anybody else shows up. Does everybody have the ability to use their mic today? Okay. I just want to make sure because we're going to try and talk through a couple of things. So I want you to be able to chime in when you have something to add. I think let's go ahead and get started. Can everybody see the AVID screen that I'm sharing? Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure since we've had issues with that in the past. So this week, we're on week 5. As of today, we're halfway through the quarter. How's everybody doing? Good? All right. We're going to talk today about some AVID business, just real quick. First off, the lessons this week, sorry, I'm all tongue-tied, are on the AVID tutorials. Has everybody been able to get in and do the lesson number 9? Crickets. Okay, Kylie has. Anybody else been able to get in and do lesson number 9? Alexa, are you talking? I can't quite hear you.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm just trying to my but I haven't finished it. I don't think.
Okay. Okay, so lesson number 9 is on the tutorials, and tutorials are a big part of AVID in a traditional school setting. They look a little bit different in our setting. And so there's a video that shows them in lesson number 9, and we're really looking for ideas on what are some ways that we can adapt and do tutorials in an online school. Those of you that have watched the lesson, does anybody have any ideas on some of the things that we can do as far as a tutorial in an online setting? Kylie says she's not sure. Yeah, it's one of our biggest challenges, and I just want to let you know you're going to be getting a survey in the next couple of days. We're looking at creating the curriculum for quarter 2, and so we want to get your feedback. What's worked for you? What hasn't worked? What's going well in the class? What would you like to see more of? What's been your biggest struggles? So look for that coming out so you can share your thoughts as we try and create those lessons for quarter 2. I do want to let you know as well that our numbers are down really low. They really want us to have our AVID sections at about 20 to 30 kids. And I think that right now we're down to 12 in ours. And the other ones as well are down pretty low, the other 2 sections. So normally we aren't going to add people at quarter 2, but because our numbers are so low, we're going to go ahead and allow you to come in at quarter 2. So what that's going to mean for you guys is that you're probably going to see some repeat lessons. And just know that you've already been through it, like we were talking today, and adding in a lesson about the history in quarter 2, the history of AVID. Well, you've already done the history lesson. So it's just a matter of you guys just basically clicking through and putting in, updating your discussions as far as those lessons. So any questions on that? Now, we're really going to be looking to you guys that have already been through AVID for a quarter to help people out. And one of the things that I would ask that you would do too is that as we start quarter number 2, if you guys will work on just reaching out to the other people that join us and sharing what's going on. What have you learned? What are the easy things, tricks, and things like that? All right. So we're going to look at your team bonding now. So we had our Team Echo who did a vision board. Let's look at that right now. In the meantime, I'm going to try and send Juju our link because she's messaging me for it. So that should be coming up right now. Hang on. It's being really slow today, so. Okay, Team Echo. Are there any members of Team Echo present? All right. Sorry, computer. Once again, there we go. Not processing here. Slow. Okay, the first 2 pictures. If you want to go ahead and explain them.
So when I graduate, I want to move to Korea eventually in Seoul or in Busan, which are just big cities there, and work in music production.
Cool. Seoul is so far away. Do you know how many hours it would take you to get there?
16 hours.
Yeah, that's a long trip.
Yeah.
All right. But I can scroll down again. There we go. Trinity. She says she's having issues with her mic. That's what she told me. If you want to type, because I see that your mic is on, but I don't hear you talking, so. All right, so Trinity. Okay, so the French flag is because I want to travel to France, and the head with the thumbprint is for forensic psychology. So cool. Thanks for sharing. The next 2, I believe, are manuals, and I know he works during the day, so we're glad that he put those on there. It looks like is that a Korean flag, somebody?
Yeah, that is. I was like, what?
Yeah. So not really sure what that's for, but thank you, Manuel, for doing it.
That picture is also Korea, so I was really confused.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to find out from him. You have to type in your chat with him and say, hey, what's up with the pictures? And then Sage is also not here, but she just apparently is happy and has a picture of, I don't know what, London maybe? I thought it was Salt Lake for a minute, and then I saw that wheel in the background and it wasn't. So, all right, so let's move on to this week's assignment for your learning teams. If I can get it to advanced here. Okay. So last week during our live session, your learning team assignment was to do the vision board, or to not do the vision board, but to do the college research. So Team X-Ray, Kylie did hers on Boise State. So you want to tell us what you learned about Boise State?
I learned that Boise State at one point had live horses for their mascot.
That's cool.
Yep.
So let's see, who else did? We had Kylie, and then hang on, I'm on my wrong screen. Alexa. Is your mic working? There you go.
Oh, sorry, I didn't
That's
hear
okay.
anything from her.
Okay, so tell us about Utah Valley University.
Well, I learned about some of the different degrees that they have, and that they have a lot that I'm interested in.
Cool. And then let's see, who else do we have on here? Team Echo, Manuel did his on Caldwell University. And I'm not really sure where Caldwell University is. I guess I should have had that as one of the questions. Where is it located? But it's a private college. So, Coley, tell us about yours.
It's like a science and engineering kind of college, and it's in Korea. And it was made by the government with America, so it's really a mix of foreigners too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then Sage did hers on BSU as well. So the students that I did not, at the time I was putting together this PowerPoint, I don't have your assignments. And that would be Grace and Trinity, Jacob, Juju, Esther, and then Miriam. And I'm not sure what's going on with Miriam. She just had twins. And so I know that she's probably busy being a mom right now. So we may see her shortly. So if you haven't got those done, get them in as soon as possible. We'll move on. So our team building activity this week, we're going to do, we're going to have a little discussion about courseware, which is the new system that's housing your lessons. So this is why I wanted to make sure that you had mics so you could jump in and tell me, like, what are some of the things that you like about the new system and some of the things you don't like. Who wants to start?
Are we talking about like the whole new thing?
Yeah, like all of your classes, like not specifically AVID, but like the delivery system for your stuff. Trinity says hers were broke this week.
Mine keep breaking too. and I had to restart my whole math class, and my sister had to restart her English class, and it was horrible.
So having to restart the classes.
Yeah, like halfway in.
Oh, that's not good.
Some of those kind of stuff. Yeah, that too.
Trinity says she hates that she can't see how many lessons she's done.
Yeah, that part's so weird.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
What are some of the things that are easier to do in the system now? Is there anything that's easier?
I think it just made it harder.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still finding that you're having to go outside of like to Google Forms and that kind of stuff for most of your classes, or are they now embedded?
They're embedded, but I usually go out anyways because it makes it easier.
Okay. Trinity says she misses the old system.
I know, I want it back. I was actually debating going to public school because of it.
Oh, that's not good. Well, I want you to know that you guys are not the only ones that are having struggles. That we as staff are also have our fair share on our end that is frustrating for us. And this morning we were meeting for our Q2 course development, and one of the other AVID teachers brought up that her AVID group had started a platform where they wanted to talk to courseware and tell them the things that they missed and the things that they needed back in the system, because we can tell them on our end that we think the students need to see this, but if we have students that are coming to them and saying, you know what, they really need to know how many lessons they're doing, and we say students need to know how many lessons, and then the students come in and say, you guys say, we need to know how many lessons, we need to know where we're at, then it gives it more validity and makes it more urgent on their end to get that fixed. So Mr. Treehall is interested in getting your feedback on that. So what I would like for you guys to do today for your team time is to get into this document here that will eventually show up on your screen. And I want you to tell me, like, what are your struggles? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? So like a dislike would be not knowing your lessons, not knowing which lesson you're on. Or something that you would like to see. You know, would you like it to be able to tell you something? When you go back in, does it take you right to where you left off in the course?
No.
No. So would that be helpful for you to, when you launch the course, to have it take you to your next assignment?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you to do, this is still loading here on my end, is I'll send out the email, or actually I'll probably put it in Hangouts with the link to this form. And if you guys will just go in and just start filling it in. Tell me what are your, what's going good, what's going bad, what are the things that you want to see, and then your names. And if it's, say, Trinity writes in, she dislikes it, she can't see what lesson she's on, and puts her name over here. You can just add your name to her behind hers if that's also an issue that you have as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't necessarily have to, if they already have it on there, somebody else has already put it into the document, go ahead and just put, this is something else, ditto, my name is going here. So that we can get this, I'll get it shared with him. If anybody's interested in being a part of that discussion with the principal, and what he's going to do is he's going to talk and ask you some questions. You're going to be able to tell him, what it is that's bothering you about the system. What would you like to see? Changes, things that you absolutely need to have access to. He's going to record it, and then he's going to share that recording with courseware. So if you're interested in doing that, let me know so that I can get your name to him. And when he's setting that up with the other AVID students from the other courses, then he'll be able to include you on that list. Take a week off. That's never a good idea. A peaceful protest. Yeah, but the only person that you're hurting and taking a week off is yourself, because you still have to have your lessons done on time. So, all right. So make sure that you're going to go in and you're going to put your information into this. Boy, I can't spell. Either that or my computer is messed up. Oh, geez. Okay. So that's how you're going to fill that out. That'll be your assignment. Like I said, I'll get that shared with you immediately so that you have it. In fact, I'll probably do it as we continue here. And then we'll just continue on with our presentation. So as far as tools go today, there's some more information on AVID tutorials. And really think about it. I know your discussion question for this week is in regards to the tutorials. And what do you really think could work in an online setting? And what do you think would be a struggle to do in the online setting? So make sure that you get that done. Couple other things that need to be done ASAP is your schedule share. If you didn't get that done, you need to have that done. The reason why is because it's used in an assignment this week where you have to, and I did share it with you, did I not, earlier? So in your lesson this week, you have a document that looks like this. This one, I believe, belongs to Sage, and she's dual enrolled. So yours is going to look a little bit different. But you're going to list out your courses, and then you're going to put which AVID classmates you have that are taking the same class that you are in. And so what I need you to do is get your other form submitted so that when you look at the spreadsheet that I sent out in this week's email, you'll have access to the list of classmates and it'll be up to date. And then you also need to indicate what area you struggle with, as well as what area you're strong in, and then identify somebody that you could help with. This is a way that we're thinking we might be able to do tutorials, is to identify, if you have a really hard time taking tests and you identify somebody in your AVID class that is good at taking tests, and then when you're getting ready to do a test, reach out to them for help. And that could be a way of doing the tutorial. So you guys need to make sure you guys get that done. And then a couple other just miscellaneous things. We're thinking about doing a promo video for AVID. Like I said, we're going to have that form come out later this week or possibly next week about likes and dislikes as far as AVID goes. So if you're interested in being a part of a promo video, let me know. And also make sure that if you're interested to sign up for the honors diploma or the advanced opportunities, you need to let me know that as well so that we can get that taken care of. And with that, we're almost at our time, but does anybody have any questions? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, so I'm going to leave this up for just a minute. You can see the link to the Google Doc that I want you to log into so that you can put your likes and dislikes on that, or any problems or things that you'd like to see in the future regarding the schools. So if you guys will log into that right now, and once you are on that spreadsheet, then I would like you guys to sign off. And that way I know that you're on the spreadsheet, and I'll have that up so I can see that as well. But as soon as you're on there, you're free to go. Any other questions? All right. Thank you guys. And we will see you next week. Reach out if you have any questions or if you need any help with anything.